Welcome back, everybody, to the second part of the E3 coverage episode. I am your host, Vex. As always, I have my lovely co-hosts, Tubin, Apollo, and Fez. Say hi, nerds.
Hello.
Hello.
John using the sultry voice this afternoon. You got my nipples hard. Since you got my nipples hard, why don't you go ahead and get everyone else's nipples hard and lead off with a little bit of the Nintendo conference that apparently we missed in the first episode.
All right. So really, Nintendo didn't have much to show that I cared about because I don't own a Wii like everybody else here. But they did show off a new Star Fox. I think it still looked pretty good. Instead of you just being airborne, you can go on ground now. You can change your ship into a bird-like walker, a helicopter, a tank, and that's pretty much it. And you can actually get out your ship to go find some other stuff.
So it's Star Fox Transformers, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Is Shia LaBeouf in it?
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it!
That's what Shia LaBeouf told Nintendo.
Headphone
to
warning.
make another Star Fox, yeah.
Headphone loud noise trigger warning.
What else they showed off? They showed off Zelda, of course. They didn't show off the good Zelda. They just showed off Zelda. Yeah, not the one everybody wanted. But they showed off Zelda Triforce Heroes. It's a similar visual style to the Link Between Worlds. You buddy up with other people to do co-op.
It's almost like Four
All
Swords.
three players. Yeah, it's like Four Swords.
Okay.
All three players share hearts.
They share a health bar.
Yeah, they share a health bar. You can stack the links like totems, apparently, to reach new locations to help solve puzzles.
That's definitely a game you don't want to play with someone who's dog shit.
Yeah. And that was part of that Nintendo. Oh, and they showed Mario Maker. Just basically you can make your own Mario game. It looked pretty neat. Awesome. I didn't watch it too much.
And the rage videos will commence.
Yes, the raid videos will commence.
We're not Nintendo
I mean,
fans.
that's what they started off the conference with, was the Nintendo Championship, and that's what it was. It was made all on Mario Maker.
I did see the video of that. The guy was trying to beat it, like the guy who placed first or won it, I guess. The level looked interesting. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cool creations with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Cosmo lost. I like Cosmo. He streams. I'm sorry. You can go on.
Mario Tennis.
Oh, Mario Tennis, yeah.
For the Wii U. Granted, none of us are ever going to fucking purchase a Wii U, but hey, just seeing the video made me think back in the day whenever I would double Yoshi bang everyone.
Yeah.
And there's also, speaking of Yoshi, new Yoshi game. Some kind of yarn bullshit. I don't know. Apparently Yoshi crochets now.
Yeah, it's a sequel, I think. Didn't they make a yarn Yoshi already? Or was that Kirby?
It is Kirby. This should be
I think that was
spiritual
Kirby.
successor to Yoshi's Island, I think, from what I've seen.
Or Yoshi's Story, huh?
Yeah, Yoshi's Story too. Yeah, it looks like it took out a little bit of elements of both from the little bit of gameplay trailers I've seen. I know Ashley is a avid Yoshi's Island fan.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're not getting a Wii U just for that.
No.
Okay.
Maybe for the Zelda title, but not for that.
Not for that. So if you buy a Zelda title, Fez, you can get the Yoshi game.
Yeah, but Zelda ain't coming out for another couple of years, probably. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, God knows we're not going to see that.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on, we're taking a little bit of a different approach today. The last two episodes, since they mainly focused on delivering this sort of news format, I felt that last two episodes were really scripted, and I want to take some of that out because I just want talking points. I want us to, speak freely. So, opening up, Sony finally touched my dick in the glory hole, guys.
Ooh.
Last fucking Guardian.
Yes.
Last fucking Guardian. These guys aren't excited as I am because they didn't play Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
I would have loved to.
Well, I would have loved to play them too if my mom would have just took me from prom.
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ, Mom!
Ico looked awesome, man. Shadow of the Colossus looks phenomenal. I just wish I could play them, but
They're both amazing games. Let's face it, Last Guardian has been teased by Sony for
Last
almost the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
Since about 2008, they've
yeah.
teased it. So almost just about very close to a decade.
Are they pulling a Duke Nukem on us?
They pulled a Duke Nukem, but it won't be shit.
Okay.
You don't know yet. It
Come
won't
on.
be shit. You know it won't be shit. I
It's,
don't
No, it
know.
won't
yeah,
be
it's
shit.
the same. It's the same people that created the first two. It's actually gonna be released next year.
Wow.
So supposedly,
Supposedly, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'm gonna cross my bean bags.
because the dude looked worried as fuck on the stage when he said next year.
Well, probably because he knows that. He's been just brushing people's dicks in the glory hole for
Yeah.
fucking 8 years now. As you know, if you guys have played Shadow of the Colossus Ico, which you haven't, it's action, adventure, puzzle, RPG-ish elements. It's a very unique game with a very unique playstyle. In the trailer, you obviously see your young boy protagonist. Not exactly the same one from all three games, but the stories are tied. And you see this giant chicken goat thing.
Giant chicken goat thing.
Don't know what it is.
Well, it's almost like a griffin.
It's like it's more or less a fucking chupacabra.
Chupa,
Yeah, there you go.
Chupa thingy.
All right, let's just say it's a fucking chupa thingy that
Chupa
is going to help
thingy.
you navigate the platforming world. And the architecture looks fucking amazing, as always. Epic, very, very large in scale. Probably the only game that's ever made me feel minuscule. Actually, really not. Like anything you did in the world didn't matter, but essentially it did. But
There's a
still, you
scope
just
of
felt
it.
like you felt like a toothpick in Satan's dick. Next thing, you guys saw the video. You're actually pretty stoked about it. Horizon Zero Dawn. I'd have to say, as of now, probably the most unknown game I'm excited about.
Kind of under the radar.
Very, very under the radar, and it's from Guerrilla Games. It's
Yeah,
the
which
same
made
guys
Killzone.
made Killzone, which Killzone is. I had Killzone for my PS3, and I want to play the one that launched with the PS4 because Killzone's it's a great fucking series.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not the top, FPS around.
Still a good
but
shooter for that
It's
system.
very good shooter.
Yeah.
Probably the best one for the system. I mean, you get Battlefield and COD, and we won't talk about COD. Basically, what this game is, okay, if you guys don't know, you guys remember Turok.
Yes.
Great game. Need to bring it back.
They need to bring it back. Sadly, they probably never will. This is essentially Turok, but it's set in a I'd say a post-apocalyptic. Can I say
Yeah.
that? Would it be bold to say that?
Yeah, I can get you. Yeah, that'd be about right.
That shit would
Because
be
it
like
still follow the
post.
civilization.
Yeah, I'd be like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
I mean, post-apocalyptic, I could see like Fallout. There's still buildings standing and a little bit of
Yeah.
a society. No, this is post because these fucking people are out here wiping their ass with tree leaves.
This is
You know what I'm
like
saying?
absolutely
Like the good old
nothing
days.
And then it's like Terminator, because machines took
Yeah,
over,
the
but
machines
the
took
wildlife
over.
took over with it too.
And fucking Skynet, man.
The fuck?
What
Skynet.
What was a cool thing that I kind of gathered from the it was a sort of a trailer and gameplay trailer combined into one, which I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but they did a lot of that this year. There wasn't very many just teaser or
Cinematic
keynote
trailers.
yeah, or CGI cinematic.
Yeah.
It was a combination of the two, which I think was very fucking smart on everyone's part.
Almost every trailer you saw had a seamless entry into its play.
Yeah, in
Which is
game.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what people give a shit about. People
Ew.
give a shit about in-game. Now, I mean,
who
you
wants to sit
can
there on a loading screen for 10 years.
watching 35,000 cinematics. Metal Gear Solid 2.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, like John said, it's essentially Terminator 2 because these machines take over, and what it looks like is they've taken on characteristics of dinosaurs or standard wildlife that you would see nowadays. But I don't know if you guys noticed this in the video. They have these little capsules that are on their backs, filled with green shit. I'm assuming those machines are it's the fucking ooze. Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time 5 confirmed.
Confirmed. You heard it first here.
Somebody call GameStop, ask her if they got fucking Turtles in Time 5, and check see if they got Battletoads 2. Because I'm trying to get on that shit. Fuck, where was I? I went on a rant, and now I'm done.
You're talking about the
green
green
capsules.
ooze.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking that these robo animals do is I think they're harvesting the local flora, right? And then they're just converting it into biofuel.
It's a good assumption.
I'm assuming that's why they hunt the cybernetics, because I don't know about you guys, but I hate the taste of my own blood, which tastes like metal, so I'm not about to eat a fistful of fucking bolts.
Yeah.
Maybe fistful of nuts I can do. Not bolts.
Not bolts.
Never bolts. And that title so far does not have a release, which we can only assume since we got teased with it. We probably won't get our hands on it until 2017. Let's just
Probably so.
be completely fucking honest. This may actually be one of the few games in Sony's keynote that will actually top The Last Guardian. I'm
Maybe.
thinking maybe.
Maybe.
Good contestant.
Very good
Yeah.
contestant. Another thing I'm
And-
going to throw in there real quick before we move on. As you guys know, second day of E3, Xbox announced that full backwards compatibility. Shushi, whatever your fucking Japanese name is, you fucking up.
Sushi.
Because I want backward. Listen, fucking Sushi Knife or Yokohama Toyota. Fucking, I want backwards compatibility. But of
Don't want
course,
that rent thing.
I don't want PlayStation now. I don't want to pay $20 fucking a month for you to say, well, I could give you a full hand job, but I could touch the tip for $1. You have the technology, you have the software. I guarantee you, with a simple update to the firmware, that PlayStation 4 sitting in front of me could fucking play PS3 games.
Yeah, that's what the Xbox is doing. It's just a
Thank
simple
you.
firmware
But
update.
I will give it to him though. Shushi Takahama Yokohama Yokozuna. That motherfucker can play Bloodborne. I watched a video of this man taking on the last boss in the very last Chalice dungeon. Which, if you guys don't know, these are like randomly generated Diablo dungeons. The guy played the shit like a pro. I mean, he waited for simple attacks to start. He would bait out openings. It was...
I know what he plays in his free time.
It's fucking
Did he
disgusting.
360 no scope.
He 360 no scope whipped the fucking boss right in the cunt. Those of you offended by the word cunt, I'm sorry. You're a cunt.
This is an M-rated show anyway, so get the fuck out of here if you're
I'm pretty sure
offended.
this is an NC-17 rated show. I'm about to start clapping my ass.
Twerk,
Wow.
twerk, twerk, twerk.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Another thing that was announced, released, sort of, and I guess this is kind of creeping into Ubisoft. There's no real like structure in this one, really,
No.
guys. There's Ubisoft here, there's Nintendo, there's Sony. It's a bukkake film. It's all over the place. Another Hitman got released.
Yes.
And John was the first person to tell me about this because what were we doing? We had just finished recording the first part of this episode, and he pretty much hit me with his dick through Skype and was like, "Oh my God, Hitman looks fucking amazing." So
You whispered like
I
that?
decided to. Oh, he whispered like
Yeah.
that. He was like, "Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let
All
me whisper
sultry.
in your ear." tell you about this Hitman game that you might like to hear. He got a bald ass head and a big fucking gun. Mixtape 2035. It's fucking gorgeous. It looks amazing.
Right, just a trailer for sure.
Just the
It was just a trailer, so we don't know, but yeah, the trailer looked awesome.
it looked amazing.
Top 5 trailers of E3 for sure.
Oh, easily. It grasped me so hard because Agent 47 had a fucking hat on.
Like,
He had a hat.
what kind of hat are we talking here?
It wasn't like a fucking snapback. Calm down. He just had a fucking hat on. The thing is you know him as the bald son of a bitch with the UPC tattooed on the back of his neck,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure that shit is like strawberry oatmeal.
Or a jug of milk.
Or a jug of milk. Either way, you getting booty. But he had a fucking hat on.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay. And then they talked more about it, and I read a couple articles about it. It's actually supposed to be fully sandbox. Like, you can figure out which missions you want to take, when you want to do them, how you want to do them, if you want to go between stealth or violent, or if you just want to walk up, like Teddy Roosevelt said, swing your dick around and talk soft, or whatever.
Something like that.
It was along those lines.
Is this not... That's not... from what you're saying, I mean, I didn't watch it, but it's almost sounding, and I don't want to put it in a bad term, Assassin's Creed-ish.
I think they could be...
why I
Assassin's
say
Creed is
ish.
still very fucking linear.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is
But I
very
mean,
fucking linear.
You saying like how you go about taking the missions and then going up and just killing someone.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And another thing that they said, IO Interactive actually plans to add new locations and missions over time, which will only be available for limited periods. So you actually have a window. As you're playing online, this feed comes directly from PSN that this mission's available. If you don't do it within that time, fucking sucks to suck.
Almost like the holiday things WoW does or GTA does.
Yes,
probably.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I like real world events in games like that, especially they're starting to do more in console games. That's pretty cool.
Josh, I got something to say.
What you got?
I don't know. Have you realized almost every game person at the conference said this is our most ambitious title ever? Every fucking person did it. Why?
Well, we'll know for next year that they won't use that, so we're going to play an E3 drinking game next year.
Hashtag ambitious.
Hashtag ambitious
Next
game.
year, we're going to go with the keyword innovative.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Wasn't innovative
This
kind
is
of
the
last
most
year's
innovative
word?
game. Ambitious.
Next generation.
This goes in cycles. Next generation. Well, no, let's not get too crazy above ourselves. I don't
No.
think the next gen consoles are going to be out not for another 5 years.
Oh yeah.
No.
well, not
5,
5,
6,
maybe 4.
10.
Maybe 4 years.
10. I give it 10.
10?
Xbox is gonna go on forever like it
When
did last
when
time.
did Xbox One get released? It was 2014, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I say
No,
20,
not a year.
2020.
A year or two.
Next gen consoles. Calling it right now.
2020.
2020. Next gen consoles.
Probably I would say an announcement in 2020.
2020 tickle the dick. 2022 you got your new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Alright.
Back on our tangent really quick, guys. Hitman will be released December 8th on Steam and also for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Did you ever find out if they had any exclusive rights or something for Hitman for PlayStation?
No, I'm sure a lot of those details are going to get released as
Closer.
Later.
it comes
Yeah.
closer, yeah. Same thing with that question you asked me earlier, which we'll get to. That was very cryptic. Ooh. We all love it. Well, let me rephrase that. We all grew up on it. We loved it before. We probably will never love it again. Street Fighter 5. I grew up on Street Fighter. I really wanted to have no eyebrows, a fucked up haircut, and throw sonic booms at bitches. But that didn't work out for me, so now I'm recording a goddamn podcast. It's not a great title. I mean, let's face it. We talked about this in our first episode. Street Fighter 4 was the laziest fucking port I've ever seen in my life from previous to next gen. It just. I
They're not
mean,
doing
no
anything
one gives a
innovative.
shit how many times you're gonna keep. You're like, oh, well, this time we got Seth. Check out this big blue motherfucker. And it's like, oh, okay. Ooh, this time we got
A fat Ken.
Dildo Bojax or whatever the fuck his name is. And he's got like telekinetic shit, almost like M. Bison. But is he M. Bison? He's not M. Bison. And yes, some people are saying in articles that Cammy's muscle bound. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some flack for this. She's not muscle bound. She's not thick. Bitch fat.
Bitch fat.
Bitch fat.
They also had a weird
Vex,
glitch that popped up
2015.
today when they were showing on the floor when it was Cammy versus Chun-Li, and in the loading screen, Chun-Li's titties were flying all over the place, a la Dead or Alive. No
Oh my
bullshit.
fucking
No
God.
bullshit. They said this is just a glitch, and people were saying, no, please leave this in, because this is like Dead or Alive's age
Please leave
physics.
this in.
Oh my God.
Aw.
Hashtag Street Fighter titties all over the place.
Hashtag SF5 tits. The game's beta is being made exclusively available to PS4 pre-orders. I really don't think Capcom's going to be knocking down the fucking walls with this one. And it's going to be PS4 PC exclusive, ready to be released by the end of March next year. No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show much new. It's still very colorful, still very vast,
No, they only gave him 3 minutes to show it off.
and I wish
Just
it was stupid.
stupid.
Very fucking
Yeah.
stupid. A game that they said would take 8 years for you to fucking actually play. Yeah.
I thought they said it was longer.
No,
than
yeah,
that. I thought
40 years.
He was just saying,
40,
like,
yeah, something
play
Just
it.
at 40 years. I have the number 8 written down in front of me. Please don't judge me.
Actually, I think they actually said longer than that. You saw how expansive that was?
Oh, it doesn't end.
Yeah, it doesn't end.
It doesn't fucking end. But I mean, who doesn't want to just randomly explore a bunch of fucking planets and just see what happens?
Plant my seed across the universe.
Please don't.
My opinion on it is it looks fun to explore like Minecraft. You just go out and explore, but the things like the actual gameplay didn't excite me as much. When I saw him flying around in his ship fighting other ships, that really didn't excite me because that looks like it's been done before. And
Well-
then I don't know.
Well, they haven't showed much of the depth of the game. Like, they've
Yeah,
talked
they didn't
about
show
it,
depth.
but they haven't really, like, showed anything on it, you know? They showed off, you know, of course, you can go to different planets and stuff. It's ambitious, but it's hard. I think the problem with this is hard for them to portray that kind of game to someone in just telling them. And they're not showing a lot, so it's kind of hard for people to really put their finger right on where it's going to be at.
So my question is, you think it's maybe too early to do a game like this? Something so big, so expansive? Like, is it way before its time?
I think it's still too early for them to even show the shit off. I'm not saying it's too early for us to get the game. What I'm saying is, this is a game that you're gonna physically have to have your hands on to see what
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck it's like.
Yeah.
You're
You
never
won't
gonna
get
be
it.
able to get a grasp for it unless you actually buy the game. There's no way my little tiny dick brain could even fathom what this game is doing until the controller's gonna be in my hand, that little blue light in the front's gonna be lighting up, and space is gonna blow my dick off.
Space.
So you gotta discover them all too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's still no release date, although one is coming, and I'm air quoting here, soon. By
Air
soon, like 2 years from now. Dreams from the developers of Little Big Planet. This game looks absolutely #innovative.
Is it their most ambitious title? I think it is.
I think
Most
it's their
ambitious
most ambitious title yet. It's pretty much this surreal art that will take full control of the PlayStation 4 controller.
That was awesome. From what they showed.
And it lets you'd be able to share what you do in the world with your friends, much like whenever you could create your own levels in Little Big Planet. In other words, what they're trying to do is, and I'm quoting from their, excuse me, I'm quoting from the keynote here, is, we're building a place where you can go to explore the dreams of others, and then you can create your own. That's, I don't know, that quote's kind of awesome. Because if you think about people in our generation, we're all fucking dreamers. Our entire generation is nothing but dreamers.
Dream a fucking dream.
Because we grew up in the age of technology where we have video games and all these escapes from reality, and that's what it is. We dream about things, and we want to get lost, and that's exactly what it said. They said dreams will get you lost for hours, journeying from the imagination of thousands of PS4 users. Essentially what happens is you use your controller. Excuse me, got a little bit of indigestion. Indigestion.
Caramel.
Butter.
Ugh, butter.
You use your controller to paint, sculpt, and build your own game world. Anything in the world can be animated and manipulated with very, very little time put into it. The game is like a moving painting, said Media Molecule, which is the developer. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just wondering how many dicks are going to be painted in that.
So many.
Probably the first
So
thing
many
I'm going to
dicks.
paint is a dick.
A
I'm not
moving
even going to
dick.
lie to you. Like a moving dick.
A moving dick with a big ass mustache.
A dick
like
mustache.
A Jeff mustache.
Like, my name is
Yeah.
Jeff. Media Molecule said that they are focused on making it quick, intuitive, and rewarding to create endless reels of possibilities. And obviously, like we just said, you can either take this game very cute or very sinister. Long story short, dicks will be on PSN.
Yeah, it's basically going to be I can't even say that fucking word. Fuck you.
Use your words.
Omegle. It's going to be the Omegle of PlayStation 4.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Just moving dicks and hands, and hopefully one day we'll get a good gif of which looks like someone masturbating is just washing plates and shining shoes.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys haven't seen that gif, it's fucking amazing.
Wow. You know, from that trailer, you know what it brought up? It made me, I don't know, the artistic part of it is awesome. It made me think of that Robin Williams movie. You know what I'm talking about? Where he went
Patch
into
Adams?
the painting? No. the one
He almost said
yeah,
He was
I almost said yeah. Oh, what's the name of the movie? He went into his white, like he died.
Oh, that's when he fights Priscilla at the end.
Dream?
What dream? No.
No.
God damn it.
Dark Souls reference.
Can't
No
think
one
Keep
got it.
talking, I'm going
What
to
dreams
think
may
of the
come?
name of
talking.
What dreams
Yes.
may come?
No one got the Dark Souls reference.
I got it.
I didn't even hear what you said, Josh.
Priscilla.
I said he fights Priscilla
Fuzzy
at the end.
Tail. Yeah, where dreams may come. It kind of reminded me of that because it was like that moving, always changing, dream painted world. You know, really cool. Something definitely different, other than all the other kind of cut of the mill stuff that's been coming out. Their gameplay looked awesome, and the controller, the use of the controller, and they have so much tech in that controller. It's cool to see them start using it more, like developers using it more.
Yes.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are really a lot of cool fucking things that this controller can do.
Yeah, they need to start utilizing it and creating stuff like this from the ground up with that stuff built in mind.
Destiny has a new expansion.
Oh, yay, Destiny.
Yeah.
We all still got our copies.
So taking-
Oh, wait, I actually do. Never mind.
I actually don't.
Feel sorry for you.
They said the Taken King, that's their title, is supposed to be the biggest so far. It'll come out in September. There'll be new strike missions, new gear, new maps. Same old dog shit. And guys, if fucking holy shit, I'm so excited about this. I need to pull the dick out of my mouth. And set it aside. I'll suck it again
Which
later.
he never does, by the way.
No.
I
never.
never take it out
So
of
you
my
should
mouth.
feel special, guys.
Yeah, I never take that out of my mouth. I suck that all day. All day, all day.
24/7.
Kanye actually wrote all day about me sucking dick. as if The Last Guardian weren't enough. Okay? If you love Japanese games, which... Nande korowa... Sugoi kawaii Naruto desu. Final Fantasy motherfucking 7. I have been waiting for this motherfucking remake since Snakes on a motherfucking Plane was made.
I think you, along with every other person that's ever played Final
But-
Fantasy VII.
All we know is they're remaking it. That's all they gave us.
Yeah.
And it's coming out first on PlayStation, which
Coming
means
out-
it's still coming out on Xbox and other stuff, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe a PC port, too.
Maybe a PC port.
Hopefully not too
But-
long
like-
after the release.
It's probably just going to Steam. That
Maybe.
might be it.
I mean, the other one did.
And
The HD one.
the remake, very green. Very, very just now being in the works. Something
that
else.
trailer, though.
The trailer was amazing. I mean,
Yeah, but what else do you expect from Square Enix? Everything they make cinematic is awesome.
Yeah, the CGs
that's all
are
they do is
amazing.
JRPGs. Like when you say
Yeah.
Square Enix, the first thing
Yeah.
you fucking think of is JRPG. That's it. Which isn't a bad thing. They've made a name
No.
for themselves.
That's what made PlayStation, really.
Yeah.
So
Square made Sony, and Sony made Square. Straight up for as far as PlayStation goes, Sony was already an established company, but as far as PlayStation goes, yeah, those two went hand in hand like dick in my mouth.
And here we go again.
And back to the dick jokes.
he said I say a lot of dick things. Jesus,
Hey, I'm cutting loose this episode, okay?
I noticed.
Shinmu.
Yes.
Hello. I walked into Shinmu on fucking accident when I bought my Dreamcast back in the day, and to this day, I really wish I still had my Dreamcast. But
I still do.
Mother Nature and Jesus hate me and thought a flood would be a good thing to take my fucking Dreamcast.
That sucks.
But long story short, Shinmu was an amazing action adventure. Puzzle, platformer, RPG. It was fucking everything.
It was
okay?
everything. Them
In
forklift races, dog.
It really felt like the first sandboxy type game that I remember playing.
Yeah, it was way ahead of its time.
Very
was.
ahead of its time.
Well,
It was
the Dreamcast was ahead of its time. Perfect game for it to
Yeah.
be on.
the best analogy I can give to this is this game when it came out was Tool in the 90s.
Yeah.
Very fucking far ahead. And if you didn't get that, ladies and gentlemen, Tool is a band. For all our young viewers out there, you cunts don't know shit.
Yeah, they're worried about blood on the dance floor. Fuck them
Yeah.
people.
Oh god, don't get me started. Shinmu, as you know, its successor, well, not successor, but sequel, came out on the original Xbox. Shinmu 2, which I touched briefly, didn't finish. I fought Seth about this the other day and swore to God that I beat it, but
You did.
we all knew it was up.
I know. You probably got about as far as I did.
I'm gonna end up watching videos online because I want to get the full. I want this story to be finished.
Yeah,
I want to know
yeah.
what happened with Rio and that green snake motherfucker that killed his dad.
Spoiler alert if you never played Shenmue.
Oh,
beginning of
spoiler
the
alert!
game.
5 minutes
I
into
know,
the
that's
game,
all.
your dad gets fucking Cobra Khan chopped and
He did.
his dick falls off. You know he did.
You know he did.
Long story short, the creator, Yu Suzuki, actually started, this Kickstarter, and they announced it at E3. They had a goal of $2 million. In 19 hours, they were at $2.1 million. That's fucking insane.
Shows how big of a
absolutely
fan base
insane.
they have after all these years.
And he's taking care of his fan base, and all we know is Shinmu will be coming out, and we will enjoy the shit out of it. The next thing, Sony's real quick. You guys know about Sony's Internet TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation
we
View.
already had, we had discussions at lunch the other day
okay.
about it.
Well, their TV service is actually moving beyond its initial reach. into, it was essentially in 3 cities to start out, and now it's branching out into Los Angeles and San Francisco, and hopefully it can make its way nationwide, because what they're doing is they're letting people subscribe to specific channels instead of having to buy entire cable packages. That's fucking smart.
It is smart. And people hated Microsoft when they were trying to explain stuff like that last year.
It's fucking so stupid.
Yeah. But anyways, we were talking about it, and one of the people I know looked it up on the internet. I don't know if it's credible or not, but he said you still actually have to have DirecTV or a cable company.
It's just,
That makes zero fucking sense. You still have to pay for DirecTV.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But from what I understood, that's what you have to do still.
they need to just stop with this. Sony and Microsoft just need to stop.
If they're gonna do some,
I said I don't know how much in detail they went on Sony's press conference, but like I said, I think you still have to be for DirecTV, because we looked it up with the NFL starter package or whatever package you get to watch all the NFL games.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to get it is with DirecTV, because NFL has DirecTV deals,
Contracts.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, contracts and shit like that.
They're wasting their time and money on this shit. Plain and simple. Microsoft and Sony. They both talked about it in the beginning, and I'm sorry, they're not gonna pull in the TV crowd. People buy PlayStation and an Xbox to play fucking games, not to watch TV. We have Netflix, we have Hulu. We'll watch that shit whenever we want. I don't want to pay for DirecTV. That's why everybody's cutting the cord. Everybody's cutting the cord. I don't know if they got the freaking memo, but cable companies have been on the drop in the past year. Doing this is not gonna garner them any more customers or any more hardware sales. It's just not. They just need to just completely stop it. It's just pointless.
Yeah, and they really didn't talk about how much it's going to cost either, which it still can cost just about as much as getting cable, I'm pretty sure, if you get about the same amount of channels.
Yeah.
So.
Project Morpheus. They didn't, go into super detail about Project Morpheus. All they really told us, what we know at this point, moint? What the fuck is a moint?
Moint?
But you know what a moint? Is that Sony's virtual reality headset is going to launch in the first half of 2016 for, and I'm air quoting here, several $100. Exact price wasn't mentioned. They're going to show everything off as they pump up development more and more. Adam Boyes, Sony's VP of Publisher and Developer Relations, actually said in an interview that Sony is tracking development of 30 games for the Morpheus. He said these range from small puzzle games, relaxation games, first-person exploration games, network games where you can play with other people, games where you can play a different game in a tabletop display, which, just to remind you, is in the virtual space. So you're playing a game inside the game.
Yo, dog.
While you're in virtual reality. Yo, dog, I heard you like games, so I put you virtually in a game to play a fucking game. That's next level shit, dog.
Did you actually watch the trailer with the shark too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
It was pretty good, but just HoloLens 2016.
HoloLens.
Yeah. And they also announced that they're gonna have some esports things with it too, like that 3v3 mech game.
Yeah, I did see that. I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna take off, but it's.
Yeah, I wonder how it's gonna work on esports, because there's so many other things in esports that are way better than that, probably.
Well, you know what it is? It's their most
ambitious
title
ever.
Oh my god.
So innovative. Much innovative.
Much innovative. Such innovate. Wow, Doge. Uncharted 4, which I know you guys don't have PlayStation or PlayStation 3, so there's no way you could have played any of the Uncharted games. I haven't touched
From
them.
all I know, it's like Tomb Raider.
That's all I know is it's a guy version of Tomb Raider. I still need to touch them. But as far as this one goes, Uncharted 4, Thief's End. Nathan Drake is back, as always, shooting the shit out of people, running around, blowing shit up. From the demo, if you guys, well, not demo, but trailer and gameplay footage you haven't seen, Nathan Drake is a complete dickhead. Which you can finally drive in this game, which apparently I didn't know was a big deal. John talked to me about it.
Nah, that's from what I understand. It's the first time you can drive in this.
So
game.
innovative.
In other words, he drives up in a Jeep and just fucking destroys this fucking village. And when I say destroy, I mean the same way I destroyed Toilet Bowl after about 30 hot wings. It's just, it's a mess. Okay, easiest way to say it. The next installment will be available sometime next year.
Yeah.
Sometime next year.
Sometime next year. You
Seems
love
like a
when-
recurring trend.
Yeah, it's holiday this year or sometime next year.
Sometime next year.
Yeah.
Sometime next year. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. I think I'm the only one that's played any of the Deus
I wanted
Ex games.
to.
Very, very fun cyberpunk shooter. Very fucking fun. The trailer that they showed really played up on a lot of metaphors of oppression, and they had scenes of like police brutality and drones keeping a man down, taking it a real. They're taking a shot here. You know, this could get a lot of flack, or I mean, who knows? It could open a lot more people's eyes. I mean, sometimes people are blind to everything but their video games. And let's face
Very
it,
true.
in the country that we're living in right now, I mean, it's an issue. Whether you want to admit, we never know the whole story. We don't know what X person did or what Y person did, but it's a trend of brutality, which we won't really get into. But Mankind Divided was announced last April. And it's a direct sequel to the 2011 Deus Ex Human Revolution, which, guys, I think it's actually on sale right now on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Sure is.
I have it on Steam. It's fucking amazing. The game is going to take place 2 years after the event in a world where mechanically augmented humans are living under mechanical apartheid as suspected terrorists. And of course, you come back as your protagonist, Adam Jensen, and you have a massive array of fucking weapons that you augment and integrate into your own body in Human Revolution. So I can only imagine what you're going to be able to do in Mankind Divided. Super stoked for it. And of course, launch is early 2016. Kingdom Hearts 3. John called it.
Just so you know, it's apartheid.
Yeah, it is apartheid. But whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the Ellender education.
Yeah. But yeah, back. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Indian burn.
Yes. John, go ahead with Kingdom Hearts 3.
So Kingdom Hearts 3, just like all the other Kingdom Hearts, deals with Disney characters, Square-Enix characters from Final Fantasy. It pretty much almost looks the same as the last one, but of course updated.
Yeah.
It still looks awesome.
I seen the gameplay. It looked pretty
Yeah.
badass.
And they included, of course, a lot more areas because Disney updated their films. So they got included Tangled.
Please don't tell me they're gonna have Frozen in this fucking game.
They
though.
probably won't have Frozen.
Thank God.
I'm thinking they won't have Frozen.
Please don't.
Yeah, I don't think they will have Frozen, but definitely probably Tangled and before Tangled and maybe one or two after.
I did see a
'Cause I don't remember when
Hercules
Tangled
place
came out.
again. Like they showed a
Yeah,
Hercules.
Hercules has always been in the game.
Yeah, I've seen him fighting the Titan on that little demo they showed. It's a great
But
series.
Yeah, and apparently it's going to conclude the central conflict of Kingdom Hearts, but not the series itself.
Of course not. They're gonna milk it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But only the particular enemy they have been fighting the past 10 years will come to an end. That's what they said.
In other words, everything's connected to the Keyblade War.
Yeah.
And the Heartless.
And then and this is the first time it comes to Xbox One, which I think Xbox One announced it last year that it was coming to Xbox One.
Yeah, they did mention it.
Yeah, that was their big press conference thing last year. Kingdom Hearts was coming to Xbox.
But
what else?
how long is it going to be before it actually comes out?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's
Nothing on it.
Probably like 3 years. They're probably still in development.
They didn't give a shit in it.
Well, it did say on the gameplay trailer that they said this game is still in development. Blah 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 blah.
No.
Vague window of release.
Yeah, and of course they're coming out with some other mobile games that people are going to play because it's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Moving a little bit on. We're going to move a little bit quick, guys. We're sort of running out of time, but not really. We're still going to give you all the in-depth detail that you're looking for. We're just going to be moving at a little bit faster pace. Metal Gear Solid 5. Phantom motherfucking Pain.
Gorgeous.
Oh!
I
paid $15 for a fucking hour-long demo of Ground Zeroes, and I would buy that motherfucker again if it meant that I could play Phantom Pain like a day before release. They released a 5-minute trailer, which of course you guys take on the role of Venom Snake, aka Big Boss. You're gonna take him on through Afghanistan and Africa, and he seeks revenge for the destruction of his former mercenary group. Some French shit that I'm not gonna try and read.
Some French shit.
Which they said was all the past Metal Gear Solid titles, which I know you guys have played. It's an amazing series. Have been unapologetically linear. I mean, let's face it. You walk in, kill shit, go to the next room. Walk in, kill shit, go to the next room. Phantom Pain is going to be a much more open world. Cars, tanks, horses. And the game is reportedly 200 times larger than Ground Zeroes. Wow, voice cracked. Hello, Mom. I just want to go Ground Zeroes, Mom. I'm just trying to go to prom. I don't know if you guys watched the whole trailer.
No, all I know is they brought back the box, cardboard box.
Of course.
Two of the best things. You guys played the first Metal Gear, right?
I played Sons of Liberty.
So you didn't play the fucking Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation?
Yeah, I played. I didn't beat it.
Okay, well, anyway, here's a quick nod for everyone. This is where we're starting to get at in the story. In the cutscene, you see a very young boy with features very similar to Liquid Snake. You see a very young teenage boy, okay, a little bit older than the one that resembled Liquid, looked very much like Revolver Ocelot. He had his gun, he had the signature twirl, he had the blonde hair. Shala Shaska may be back. And now for the thing that excited me the most about the trailer after I realized that could be Liquid, that could be Revolver, looked like a very young Sniper Wolf. We're talking teenage girl, busty, blonde ass hair, and a motherfucking sniper rifle big enough to shoot your dick off from about 8 miles away. Super excited about this, guys. And it's due to launch September 1st. I highly recommend picking this
2015?
game up. Yes, this year. Year.
Nice.
Yeah.
This year. Couple months. I
Hideo
highly recommend
Kojima will
picking it
not
up.
disappoint.
And actually, guys, this will be Hideo Kojima's last video game.
Yes.
So
Supposedly.
I really don't think
He might come back. You never know. He might come back to finish off Silent Hills. Better.
he's not going to come back.
I signed that petition.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath.
The only
I know, right?
the only thing I actually see him coming back to finish would be the filler story between this one and Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
That's what I could see him fit. Metal Gear is his baby.
Of course.
That's Kojima's fucking baby. So that would be the only thing I'd see him coming back. Just Cause 3. If you guys haven't played any of them, I actually have one of them. Very fun fucking games.
Yeah. It's GTA meets fucking Crackdown meets
Far Cry.
Mercenaries.
Yeah.
Just Cause 3 pretty much starts off with Rico Rodriguez, surfing on a motherfucking Scud missile,
Damn.
and then jumps into a car and then speeds off. Of course, there's a wide array of vehicles in this game: monster trucks, construction vehicles, planes, battleships, F1 cars. Who fucking knows? This game has unlimited C4. There will be more explosions than a fucking Michael Bay movie in this bitch. The game
Michael Bay didn't direct this?
Michael Bay may have directed this. Michael Bay and Joseph Kahn all directed this. Shout out to my son Joseph Kahn, who directs music videos. Baby, now we got bad blood. This game will span 400 miles of virtual space. 400 square miles, son.
It's pretty fucking huge.
Different various game modes. One that they released, teased with, is called Crash the Bomb. Let's face it, you're probably just going to be sending a bomb in this shit. Just Cause 3 will actually have new features, including a wingsuit, an upgraded grappling hook that allows for multiple grappling lines to connect the world. It is set to release December 1st. PS4.
They took that wingsuit idea from Far Cry.
Well, they definitely took the wingsuit from me stretching my ball bag on a Tuesday morning.
No, that's a bat wing, dog.
Oh. The next thing that we're going to talk about, Ratchet and motherfucking Clank. I love these games growing up. I had them on my PS2. Still have them fucking on the PS2 back there right now. Still have that and Crash Bandicoot. I love the PS2 platformers. Absolutely love them. The way they pretty much showed it is you're basically in a Pixar movie that you get to play. But of course you get to play as Ratchet and Clank, not like some fuckboy named Buzz Lightyear. You heard me, bitch. I'm calling you out. Beautiful, dense sci-fi environments. Look very fun to explore. Insomniac stated that the game builds off the original PS2 version by adding modern controls, several new planets, new and updated gameplay segments, all new Clank gameplay, which if you guys haven't played him, Clank is Ratchet's sidekick, and he's just as Ratchet as Ratchet. All new boss fights, new fight sequences, and more. Ratchet and Clank is set to hit PS4 next spring. And the Ratchet and Clank movie is supposed to be out in April 2016.
I just hear a rumor about the movie.
This is a little bit more Ubisoft, and that'll pretty much conclude. But Ghost Recon Wildlands. Hello.
Yeah. What?
That came
That's
out of
a
nowhere.
bombshell,
Yeah, that
for
came out
sure.
of nowhere.
Hello. You do missions however the fuck you want. You play the game however you want. Massive sandbox Ghost Recon title. What I'm thinking this will give us an idea of what the Division will be like.
I think so too.
You still have to focus, mainly on reconnaissance. You want to focus on being quiet. Because I remember the first Ghost Recon game. You guys play the first Ghost Recon game?
Yeah, me and you played the first Ghost Recon
All
game
it
together.
was you laid down and waited for someone to walk by you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was it. You just, here's a bush, fuck it. And you went to sleep for like an hour until someone came by you. But, the view pulls out, highlighting maps on the globe in the trailer. And it highlights South America, Europe, and North America. So who knows how fucking big this game is going to end up being and how open world and sandboxy it's going to be.
I like from what they've shown how they definitely put an emphasis on player decision when it comes to, like you said, choosing how to do things, because they were showing multiple ways to take out a target. Like they had one of the mini bad guys or whatever. It was the White Hat, I think his name was.
Yeah.
He looked like some fucking dusty cartel cowboy, and they were raiding his compound. and they just either they go in guns a-blazing or they wait till nighttime and go in stealth with rain, and looked like they had dynamic weather systems going on.
Very
too
dynamic
in
weather
game.
and dynamic lighting.
Yeah, and it
amazing.
was usable on how you went about choosing how to do the mission.
Yeah, because didn't he wait he waited for the lightning thunder strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, used it as a distraction to cover your sound and stuff. So that's pretty ambitious.
It's our most ambitious title yet.
And I'm glad. I'm glad for fucking Tom Clancy for all his games coming out and being announced, because they were all great games. I'm glad to see him come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're coming back full force.
He's definitely made a comeback this year. Siege, The Division, and Ghost Recon Wildlands. Tom Clancy's back, fuckers.
Yeah, and I hope he doesn't make another Hawk though, because that game was terrible.
I heard that game was dog shit.
Terrible.
Never
They
played
pulled
But
some of the
on Tom Clancy, why don't we talk about The Division? Because they showed that too. Another playable area. Did we talk about that already?
I didn't even know they showed something else playable.
on.
Go ahead.
They showed they showed the place they called the Dark Zone.
I read
It's
about
basically-
it. Okay. You watched it. Go ahead.
Huh?
I read about it, but you watched it. Go. I didn't watch
Yeah,
it.
I watched it. It's a Dark Zone, and it's basically like a highly restricted area of contaminated area, and you go in with a select group of people. And anyways, it's a really hard area to be in. You get really good loot apparently, and they just showed off the gameplay of what you can do in it. You can be a big ass dick in this area. Because in the gameplay trailer, they showed 3 people walking up and seeing just NPCs, and 2 people showed up behind them.
Yes.
And the 2 people
Players.
could have just killed them.
Apparently.
Yeah, players. And they could have just killed them. Instead, they started shooting at the NPCs, and everybody started shooting at the NPCs, and they collected the loot and all that. They showed off a Seeker mine, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
And it looked like you had to have a special pouch to be in there.
They also showed off looked like a healing grenade.
A healing grenade, and it had a
Yes.
turret for sure.
Yeah, they've shown the turrets before.
And apparently, if you die in that area, it's almost like an instance. If
Yeah.
you die in that area, you lose your loot.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Very similar
gathering.
to Dying Light. Dying Light had the same
Yeah.
sort of. So Dark Zone's kind of like the. That's smart.
Yeah.
A high level
then,
elite area.
Yeah, and just to go on, at the end of the video, they showed him extracting from the place, and the dude kept going, "Should I kill him? Should I kill him?" Talking about the 2 other people.
That joined
'cause there
them
was
up.
a squad of 3, yeah, and 2 other people, and so they decided to kill them 2 people
To get their loot.
to get their loot, and then the dude Herpin was like, you know what, I'm gonna be even more a dick, and left his group and killed the other 2 people and got all their loot. Just kind
Wow.
of went rogue.
And just left. Yes.
That is
just left.
awesome.
It is.
So I can't
They
wait
said
for that
agent,
because
like rogue agent, they were saying.
Mhm.
It was fucking awesome. Like, that was a good twist at the end.
yeah.
I'm gonna shoot every
So-
fucking one I run across on PSN. Sorry, brah.
And I'm gonna kill Seth if he shoots me.
Please don't do
I'm gonna
that.
fucking murder you. You better not kill me in
No,
that game.
I won't. You will probably kill me first. I like that sniper rifle, dude. That was
many times a Halo.
That was a pretty cool little thing, though, that they showed up. Like, I was wondering if you were going to have something along that lines because of how the loop system was, and then they called down the chopper, and they had to wait. They had an extraction time to save it, because they said if they didn't get to the extraction point and extract, then they could lose their loot if they died, like you said.
Mhm.
So, I'm wondering if you're going to have like some type of storage system where like weapons like that, almost like a vault, maybe. That probably may go into more once we see more of the game, if we even see more of the game before it comes out. Who knows? I'm curious if there's gonna be like a stronghold, which they did mention in another gameplay video a while back. They have some type of stronghold for your either your character or your group or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna have clans and all that. I can't wait for this game.
Oh,
I'm so
I
excited.
am so excited for
Division's
the
fucking
division.
amazing.
I'm sorry, Josh, that we can't play together.
I
wish
know.
we could.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. One day, maybe. Maybe I'll decide to
One day.
just own both consoles. The next game on the list
Go
is
PC
For
Master Race.
Honor.
I'm sorry.
For Honor.
Which-
Looks fun as shit.
Yeah, to me, this is my favorite nobody knows about this game. That's my favorite trailer out of the whole E3. besides, of course, Ghost. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Knights, Viking, and Samurai. You're all fighting together. Just
Samurai.
different time periods, like just focusing on melee and sword combat. And the gameplay seemed to be like 4 player-controlled characters, and then just dozens of fucking computer-generated characters.
It's a 4v4 map and control points, and you get some special abilities and some unique fighting mechanics with each character.
The best way to describe it would be like watching a large multiplayer game with individual fighting game matches happening all at once. It was on the E3 show floor, so I'm sure sometime later this week, early next week, we'll have more word on what For Honor is going to bring, but I'm excited about this.
Is that a PS4 exclusive, or is that just...
No, they didn't.
No,
say
they didn't
anything.
say anything about it.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it'll be on all.
Yeah, the beta's coming out soon. That's all they said.
Well, most Ubisoft's games are multi-platform, so...
Yeah. I wanted to say something else about it, but I forgot.
Samurai, that's all you gotta say. Samurai.
South Park. They're making a new South Park game, and it's called The Fractured Butthole.
And it's not actual butthole. It's spelled
Butwhole. Fractured Butthole. That's why I paused to give the inflection on the comma.
But still.
Of course, if you guys haven't played South Park Stick of Truth was surprisingly well made. Very fun, and it was essentially an interactive South Park episode. And you got to play it RPG style. They wanted to make another one. Ubisoft said okay. And now, instead of the fantasy aspect of the Stick of Truth, Fractured Butthole will be Facebook motherfucking message.
Superheroes.
It's all going to be their superheroes. It's going to be the Coon,
yeah,
the Coon and Friends.
The Coon and Friends.
Mint Berry Crunch. He's my favorite one because he's such a bitch. Like what the fuck is he? This motherfucker throws Captain Crunch at you, and you fucked for life. So,
hey, he beat Cthulhu, so.
Yeah, this is very true. He did. And actually, Ubisoft, of course, published the first one, and Obsidian was the developer. Now this time, Ubisoft San Francisco is developing. So let that be Ubisoft actually took note of this and decided, okay, let's do it.
Let's see a successful franchise ahead of them,
Let's just say I'm pretty sure Obsidian's sitting on a fat lump sum now for buying the rights to the title. That's going to be out sometime next year. PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. If you haven't watched the trailer gameplay, it is violent as fuck.
Yeah, but it's
still going to be
laggy.
Yeah, it's going to be Assassin's Creed. I mean, but I have to. I will admit though, I promise you this, just from watching that, that's the most violent I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's going to be the Revolution era of London.
Yeah, very modern. This is going to be the most modern one yet.
Yeah, you're going to go against Jack the Ripper,
yep,
right?
Jack the Ripper. You will actually you will have to assassinate Jack the fucking Ripper. That'll come out sometime later this year. Check out the cinematics and gameplay if you guys haven't seen it. The last two things we're going to talk about. The first thing is Adrift. If you guys have seen the movie Gravity, prepare to have that same gunt is your gut cunt. To have your gunt wrenching feeling all over again.
Dictionary 2015 gunt.
hashtag Webster's 2015. Let's get gunt in there, guys. If you've seen Gravity and you still get that gut feeling, that helplessness and floating around in space lost, Adrift is exactly that. It looks incredible. It looks stressful as fuck. You're trying to grab things. You're trying to avoid space wreckage. Game is due to launch this September. Xbox One, PS4, PC, and an Oculus Rift version is in the works. Just in case floating around in space wasn't scary enough for you on its own. The very last thing we're gonna look at, guys, is this link that I sent you. Abzu, which was a sleeper. If you guys haven't played or seen anything on the game Journey,
Wish I could play it.
same artist. This is going to be released for PC and PS4 in the first half of next year. And Abzu is... It just seems like this at ease from, gunfire and neck stabbings and chupacabras and all the whatnot that
Unlimited
is E3.
C4.
Unlimited C4. You just want to swim. You're in the ocean, and as you know, when you swim in video games, you look for that air gauge. You panic. You want to know where the air gauge is. You don't want to fucking drown. You don't have an air gauge. You have an infinite supply. You all you do is swim around the fucking ocean in this game that's generated in front of you, and you just explore the ocean.
So technically, you're Aquaman.
Yeah.
Except less faggy.
Yeah, except for last fact.
You're floating in the ocean. You have no idea who you are, what you're supposed to do. In the demo, this giant squid. You see thousands of fucking fish. There's manta rays, Goliath groupers, dolphins, great white sharks. The list just goes on and on. It just looks amazing. I think it's very innovative and our most ambitious title yet ever. It's pretty much going to live up to the hype and the grandeur of Journey. So, if you guys take anything from this couple games that you weren't expecting, New Horizon, For Honor, Abzu, Adrift, and of course your big names. Closing statements, John.
Well, I'm just sorry that we couldn't say anything about the PC conference because I don't think anybody watched it. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it on YouTube.
All I know is
apparently it wasn't that big.
All I know is the Xbox One is officially a gaming PC. I mean, because all they really talked about in PC Showcase was AMD is coming out with a new graphics card. Shocker.
Yeah.
Nvidia obviously responded. Shocker.
Yeah.
And they just talked about how the Oculus is going to ship with an Xbox One controller.
That was probably the biggest thing for PC, and that's not saying much.
So
since they partnered up with them, it was almost a given that they were going to do that.
Yeah, there wasn't really much going on.
I mean, the biggest hype thing that I didn't know about before, besides the Final Fantasy remake, was definitely Ghost Recon and Hitman.
Yeah, absolutely. Two sleepers came out of nowhere and made us want to shoot people again. Closing thoughts, Seth.
I think definitely, Ghost Recon. I haven't played a lot of Ghost Recon games, but this one definitely caught my attention. I am a little disappointed that Sony didn't show much more on their VR, like I said earlier, compared to Microsoft's HoloLens. Having such a big presence and them talking about it, and then showcasing it with the Minecraft, which fucking blew my mind. I was hoping to see some more on theirs, on Sony's, because virtual reality is definitely one of the big next steps in gaming, which, even though in the past it's been attempted, but I think now it's starting to get to that point where it's actually, it's actually reasonable and it's actually functional, because we've seen Oculus Rift work before, and then they also have a multitude of other companies that are coming out with it. The only thing I would say last is that Sony probably could have, gone for a little bit more exclusives per se.
Right.
They didn't have anything like legitimately like this is a have to, this is a must have, except for maybe Last Guardian, obviously. Now that they kind of have a more solid window of release.
Yeah.
But everything else was just up in the air. But it still has some great games. Don't get me wrong. And then of course, like the Dreams game, that's something different. They did bring a lot of games that were different instead of the standard shooters or the standard games that have been coming out that we've seen with Microsoft. So they definitely went the more innovative route and more ambitious. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Aw. Josh, you know what I just realized?
What you just realized?
We didn't talk about Blops 3 at all.
Oh
Good
no!
game.
What are we gonna do with our life? Ashley, closing
I
statements.
know, right?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was working on the blog again, but I'm kind of curious about the Horizon Zero Dawn. That's really interesting looking. I don't know. The robot dinosaur thing is kind of freaking me out though. I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
You guys heard it here first. Our blog manager is terrified of robot reptiles.
Mecha-dinosaur.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a racist statement if I ever heard one.
Oh, and The Last Guardian, that one looks really cool too. That's
Yeah, it's amazing. If you guys get your hands on a PS2, please, for the love of God, play Ico
Are you,
and Shadow of the Colossus.
I'm pretty sure you can find an emulator too.
Yeah, that too. Do that.
Do that.
That wraps up our. We made it, guys.
Yay!
End of
It's gonna be
E3.
really good.
That's the end of E3.
Good E3. It's gonna be a good year. of
Good
games.
year of gaming,
Sure.
guys.
Very good. Everybody got something. Everybody.
Next week starts normal broadcasting, which will still be. You guys will get
Just
your
fart noises, really.
fart noises, dick jokes. It'll be a lot less scripted, as you guys can probably tell from this episode. This was a lot less scripted.
It was a lot
like
more fun.
We had a lot
I
more
like
fun. It was a lot more eased up. Next week, we will be focusing on certain. We're going to bounce back and forth. Sometimes we're going to focus on a game franchise. Sometimes we'll focus on a game itself. Sometimes we'll just focus on stories that revolve around that game. Luckily for you, next week, it's all those wrapped in one. We will be talking about a series everyone knows, everyone loves, Halo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Halo is the game that eventually brought all three of us together. And now we're like brothers with our dicks super glued together.
Kinky.
So I hope you guys, check it out. Check us out on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, blog space, WordPress, whatever the fuck it's called. Long story short, links in the description, links to the right, and links directly below. For everyone here at Reset Gaming, I'm Vex, and fuck you. See you, nerds!
Later.